get ready with me to talk about how I put this obsession spell on this one dude that I was seeing at the time, and he spent $5,000 on me. So this was back in like 2021 era for me. And I really at the time did not know like what I was doing. I was just placing love spells on men left and right. Like, I just wanted to know and see how my magic would work. So, and by the way, this is the obsession spell that I also offer as a service to the public. But yeah, I met this guy on a dating app, essentially. And we went on like a couple dates, but I knew from the start that he just wasn't the one, you know? There was just something about him. But I was like, you know what? Before you guys are like, why would you put an obsession spell on someone that you don't even want? I was a fucking menace back then. Okay, I could not tell you why. He was really sweet and he was funny and he loved to like take me out on fancy dates as well. And he had a boat. He had a boat. And no, this isn't the same guy as Boat Guy from the Keys that spoiled the fuck out of me, but that's another story. So ultimately I decided, well, I'm gonna hang out with him and see what comes from it. So yeah, I ended up doing an obsession spell on him with specific intentions on him, like being obsessed with like pursuing me and obsessed with spoiling me and obsessed with just like being around my presence, with which by the way was a huge fuck up. That is where I went entirely wrong. So this is where she knew that she fucked up. And before you know it, the spell worked like almost immediately. So, and I think it's just because like he's already wanting to see me and everything, and already googly eyes for me, and haven't even slept with this man yet. So vacations started happening, like fucking international trips. His family would go to the Keys a lot and go to like the Bahamas, which, okay, I wasn't super opposed to meeting his family. I wasn't gonna do all that. That's too much commitment. My Aquarius moon was screaming, I'm not about to meet your family. I'm not your girlfriend. But here's where the juicy details start to kick in. So a part of that $5,000 that he gave me, so it was broken down into just like things that he gifted me and money that he put towards to, like he offered to pay my rent. And my rent at the time, I was staying in a 1-bedroom apartment and it was like 1,200 something. So 1,200 and something went towards that. So that was like a part of the 5,000. And it had nothing to do with me not being able to pay like my rent. Like I was fully capable of paying my rent and I would pay my rent like even early and like pay on top of it. But I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll take free rent. Who wouldn't take free rent? He also practically funded like my big shopping trip that I went on with a friend in like California, and like funded some other things for my California trip as well. I bought like a Michael Kors bag, so that was like a $300 bag. He did also pay for upgrades to go to first class because like that was a time where I was just shifting into becoming self-employed, so I was making enough money to take care of myself and be able to, you know, pay rent and even pay rent like even a little bit ahead so that I would be ahead of the game and everything, and be able to like pay for a new car because I had an old rusty dusty vehicle that just like was breaking down on me. So, you know, but like I didn't have money like that to like go and like get a nice purse and like do like nice shopping trips and stuff. So, or be able to afford first class or business tickets on planes and shit. Bitch, we were riding economy. So I was like, oh, first class? Thank you, babe. He also paid for all of my vet appointments too. My dog, towards the end of the year, needed updated vaccinations, and my dog also got neutered that year. So he paid for that. And my dog also ate one of his toys. And he could not pass things through. So, you know, my dog was constipated and was in pain. So, a few x-rays and, you know, everything that a vet needs to do. It was like $1,000. So, very thankful for that, actually, that he offered to pay for that. So, and during this time, by the way, Be proud of me. I did not sleep with this man, okay? And he was getting pretty, like, impatient. So, by the way, nobody really knew about this situation because I didn't know how to bring it up to people. Sounds silly, but I actually keep my, like, people that I'm serious about or that, like, especially I'm doing magic on or whatever the case may be back then. I didn't want it ruined. I believe in like the evil eye, even like with friends and family sometimes. Like in Love Magic, when I was making content 2020, 2021, if I talked about the things that I was doing then, I don't know if I would have gotten the same positive, like, if I would have gotten a lot of positivity for it because Love Magic, and still even now, is still kind of demonized. Like doing it on people and stuff like that. So I just didn't really have people to really talk about that to and to really like go to at that specific time. So yeah, I kept it private. But for the fun part, Nev, how did things end? Well, throughout that time, right? I wasn't giving him any sugar. I would like hint towards it, but like I wouldn't actually. He would always bring up like, okay, so like what are we, and valid question, like we stan a king that knows what he wants, okay? Like I'm not saying like that he was annoying or that he was a pest about it. And it just reached a boiling point where I couldn't deal with it anymore. So I was like, I can't commit to you. I'm not really looking for a relationship. And he was like, well, I don't know then. I don't think we can continue this. Had to block him because he became too obsessed and was showing up at my door. At least with flowers and shit, but You're also probably thinking, doesn't equal out to $5,000. Well, I used to garden like a lot back in the day, so he used to pay for that, which is expensive. He also did like Cash App me here and there for like DoorDash and for like other stuff that I wanted. He did pay for my groceries sometimes and my mani-pedis. Oh my god, I used to get them so much back then. He would offer to pay for them. So, but yeah, if you like these story times, please let me know and please subscribe if you do because I'll be posting them a lot more often. And just know that I do offer this spell and many others as a service to the public.